Day 3 of the trial. Today, the jury will hear the most important testimonies in the case against Wayne Bent. The two alleged victims, Lakeisha and Ashley Sayer, will take the stand. It's a difficult and stressful situation for the girls, so the judge requests that their faces not be filmed during testimony. The state introduces senior trial prosecutor Emilio Chavez to ask Lakeisha Sayer, known in the cult by the name Healed, about the night in question.
Was there any point where you went to Michael's private residence?
Yes.
Okay, and please tell us a little bit about why you felt the need to do that.
Well, on July 31st, I had been feeling a really, really great need for God.
Lakeisha was born and raised in the church. She's followed Wayne Bent in his teachings since she was a baby.
My mom, she told me one time that she thought I was brainwashed. And I thought, yeah, I am brainwashed. Michael has washed my brain of all my own corrupt thoughts. I went and sat on the edge of his bed, and we began talking about my day. And then I said, well, I actually came to tell you. And then I shared with him what was on my heart. I told him that it was strongly on my heart to lay naked with him, and that I wanted it to be skin to skin. I told him I want something deeper. I want something
I know it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
All right, so you're talking to Michael. You tell him what is on your heart, and what happens next?
Michael was quiet for a little while, and then he said, "You may." And then he asked me, "Are you afraid?" And all of a sudden I realized he really meant it. And I excitedly told him, "You mean right now?" And take my clothes off and get in bed with you? And he said yes. And so I asked him, I said, "But what about my parents?" And he told me, well, they said that they trusted me.
At that point, did you take your clothes off?
Yes.
What was Michael wearing at the time?
Nothing, I don't think. Yeah, he was not wearing anything.
Okay.
The prosecution must establish exactly where on the body Wayne Bent touched the girls.
Did you ever tell anybody that he put his chest on your chest?
Yes.
And did that happen?
He did put his chest on me, but he did not put it on directly on my breasts.
Why do you give us that clarification?
I don't remember Michael ever touching my breasts, and this is one reason why I know he didn't lay on his chest directly on me.
So, okay, you have this interaction with Michael. How are you feeling at this time?
Your Honor, the state would request a 5-minute recess.
Lakeisha is clearly anxious that her testimony might convict Wayne Bent. She still believes he is the Son of God. And even though she no longer lives inside Strong City and no contact is allowed, Lakeisha still considers it her home and misses the cult's members.
My true mother.
A few minutes later, Lakeisha retakes the stand to answer questions from the defense.
Can you describe the emotion that you feel when you are not allowed to go back to the land and you're not allowed to talk to your family?
I feel hurt. I feel sorrow. I feel heartache.
Do you want to go home?
Yes.
Now, if you go home, are you in any danger from Michael or Wayne Bent
No.
being sexual with you?
No.
Okay, thank you. We have nothing further.
Like Lakeisha and her sister Ashley, Seth Keel was raised in the cult. He's flown in from Florida to try and spend some time with his family as they attend the trial. Seth's parents and sister still live inside Strong City. Growing up in the cult, Seth sometimes found life confusing and isolating.
I was one of the last teenage boys there, and I felt very almost attacked at times. You know, like I was doing something wrong just because I was a teenage boy there.
Shortly before his mother began her sexual relationship with Wayne Bent, Seth noticed his parents' marriage was falling apart.
It's just during that period, she would just go off for hours and hours on end. And my dad would do similar things because she was gone, you know.
Today, he believes his mother's intimate relationship with Bent had a major impact on his father.
He was brokenhearted. They were together for 30 years, and all of a sudden she just leaves him for the minister of their church.
Crushed by his mother's relationship with Bent, Seth made the painful decision to say goodbye to his family and leave Strong City.
He wrote this little note to me telling me goodbye. He says, "Dear Mother, I wish I could somehow make this easier for you, but I can't. Please forgive me. I love you so much. I'm sorry, buddy."
Seth's parents believe that his story echoes the parable of the prodigal son, and that one day he'll return.
I will never go back there. There's no way I can. The longer I'm away from the happier I get every day.
Seth has come to the trial to make peace with his parents, but he also wants to see what will happen to the man he believes destroyed his family.
Good morning. 60.